So LeBron GOAT James, aka King James, aka the chosen one, aka the best to ever do it, he has been in the NBA for 22 long seasons now. And over those 22 long seasons, we have seen LeBron James play with some very talented NBA players. We've seen him play with Dwayne Wade, we've seen him play with Kyrie Irving, we've seen him play with Kevin Love, and we've seen him play with Anthony Davis. We've seen him play with all of these great superstars, and at the age of 40 in year 22, we now get to see LeBron James get another outstanding teammate. But this time, things are a little bit different. It's like now LeBron James, I don't know if any of you guys ever seen Naruto or if you're fans of Naruto, but now it's like LeBron James with this new teammate that he has. It's now like he has an extension of himself out there on the basketball court. It's almost like he has a shadow clone out there on the basketball court, because now we're in a situation with this new teammate, which is Luka Doncic, formerly a Dallas Mavericks, now teamed up with LeBron James. Now the Los Angeles Lakers, they basically have two LeBrons out there. And when I say they have two LeBrons out there, I don't mean two identical LeBron James and in the style of play, but two LeBron James when it comes to production. I've never seen anything like this. Two players with this type of impact on the offensive side of the basketball. We have nobody to blame but the Dallas Mavericks. Well, me personally, I'm ecstatic because, as you can hear in the intro, I love LeBron James. So whatever team LeBron James is on, I want the absolute best to happen for that team. And the Los Angeles Lakers, they stumbled upon a star, and they got Luka Doncic, and it's looking like they're gonna have him for the next handful of NBA years. But nobody to blame for this but the Dallas Mavericks, because what they did is very, very inexplicable, and it just makes zero sense when we look at the situation that they were in, coming off in their latest NBA Finals appearance since 2011, when they had Dirk Nowitzki, another global international superstar like Luka Doncic. And that was one of the biggest reasons why he was so loved in Dallas, because it was kind of nostalgic for them. They have an international global superstar who's not super athletic, and he's cooking everyone in the NBA. And we look at Luka and the more we talk about Luka, the less and less sense this trade actually makes. But we look at Luka at the age of 25. Now, if you listen to former basketball players talk about the game of basketball, they'll tell you that you don't reach your basketball prime until you're like 27 years of age, and that usually lasts until you're like 32, 33 years of age. So Luka, I believe he's 25, and he's going to be 26 years of age pretty soon, or he's already turned 26, one or the other. But right now, up until this point in his very young NBA career, Luka, if he retired right now, he'll probably go into the NBA Hall of Fame. He has multiple appearances on the first team All-NBA squad. He has multiple All-Star appearances. He's a playoff riser. If I'm not mistaken, I get these confused. I know he's top 3 in both of these categories. He's top 2 in one of them, but he's top 2 in the highest points per game in the regular season in NBA history, and he's also top 3 or top 2 in the highest points per game in playoff history. So he's a big time playoff performer. He already has gotten the Dallas Mavericks to the conference finals 2 times, and then he's also gotten them to the NBA finals, which was the most recent year, where they came up short against the Boston Celtics, who were a damn good ball club. The Boston Celtics is no fault into losing to them boys. Their team is so equipped for today's NBA. But nonetheless, up until this point, Luka Doncic, his career has been amazing. But the Dallas Mavericks, they felt it in the bottom of their hearts, the pit of their hearts, that the production that Luka was displaying on the basketball court was outweighing what he was displaying off of the basketball court, which we're not going to get into today. But I just want to talk about this this combination of Luka and LeBron James. And it's so crazy how the NBA world, just after a couple of games, I believe I know they've had 2 losses so far since Luka has been on the squad, one to the Utah Jazz and the other one to the Charlotte Hornets. And it was after that loss to the Charlotte Hornets where the NBA world was ready to write these guys off, which I thought was so bananas. And we look throughout NBA history, whenever we see changes like this, whenever we see 2 forces, 2 talents come together like this, it never just works in the first game. It never works in the first week of the season, the second week of the season. It takes time to build up. And now we're seeing the Los Angeles Lakers. They immediately shut all of those doubters up. It was the game against the Denver Nuggets, a big time game. The Denver Nuggets have been spanking Los Angeles Lakers over the last couple of years, and I've had to watch that firsthand. Jamal Murray, Jokic, they've hit some of the craziest shots I've ever seen in the playoffs against the Los Angeles Lakers. But nonetheless, they've had the Lakers numbers over the last couple of years. And Luka and LeBron, Austin Reeves was playing at the time. They come out, they make a statement, and they didn't make a statement. They didn't make a statement on the offensive side of the ball, even though they played great offensively, but the statement they made was on the defensive side of the ball. Everyone questioned, oh my God, Anthony Davis is gone. How are they going to protect the rim? And if I'm being honest, I'm not an idiot. I know how vital Anthony Davis was in terms of rim protection. It's just the total defense of the Los Angeles Lakers. So I was curious to see how were things going to work out on the defensive side of the ball as well. And then they have to play Jokic. Jokic is one of the most dominant forces in the NBA today, and this is where coaching comes to play, because the Los Angeles Lakers, they don't have a rim protector, they don't have an elite low post defending big, and JJ Redick, he put together a terrific game plan against against the Denver Nuggets that really frustrated Nikola Jokic. And when I tell you they frustrated Nikola Jokic, that frustration carried over to the next game. I bet on Jokic to get me 22 points. He comes out in the game, he looks a little frustrated, and this was following the loss to the Lakers. He takes like 3 shots in the first half. But what we saw the Los Angeles Lakers do against the Denver Nuggets, they played in the zone, and whenever Jokic touched the ball in the post, they just made him a passer. They were not going to allow him to beat him with his scoring, and they were going to make the Denver Nuggets do something that they hate to do, and that's take 3-pointers. So it was a brilliant game plan by JJ Redick, and they got a very much needed win against the Denver Nuggets that I think has sparked something very special for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I want to get back to this LeBron James and Luka combination, and it's not necessarily having both of these guys on the court at the same time that I'm really fascinated with, which is that is something very fascinating, something I thought I'd never see outside of an all-star game. LeBron James and Luka on the same team. It still sounds crazy saying it right now, even though these guys have been together for about a month now. But my bad, this guy just did something crazy to his dog. But what I'm so fascinated with the combination of these two is how JJ Redick is going to be able to stagger their minutes, because no matter what, at all times, he's going to have either LeBron James or Luka Doncic on the basketball court. And these are two guys that really can manipulate an entire defense by themselves, really no matter who's around the court with them. That's how talented, that's how special, and that's how smart they are on the offensive side of the ball. So that's going to be so tough for opposing teams for the rest of the season, for the playoffs. No matter what, you're going to be playing 2 forces like LeBron James and Luka Doncic. So I'm really fascinated with that. And not only does that just help with the with LeBron and Luka, but that also helps with the role players as well. With the role players, when they have somebody like that on the court at all times that's such a threat to score or assist on the play, they are going to be seeing so many open looks, and that's what we've been seeing with the Los Angeles Lakers so far. I know they're loving this. Rui Hachimura, I know he's been out the last couple of games. Austin Reeves has missed some time in the recent games. Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dalton Connect. Who else am I missing? Vando, all of these guys for the remainder of the season, for the postseason, they're playing with such dominant forces that they're going to be seeing the easiest looks from here on out in their NBA career, because it's nothing that teams can do. You're going to have to put your best two defenders on LeBron James and Luka, and then your third best perimeter defender is going to have to guard Austin Reeves, who is a problem. Austin Reeves is so damn good, and he has, what I like about Austin Reeves is that he has moves that he can get to. He has things that he can get to that's not reliant on the three-point shot. He has a legit mid-range shot, and also he's mastered the foul baiting. He can get to the free throw line whenever he wants, and then he's just a hooper. He knows how to play the game of basketball. So the Los Angeles Lakers, now they have LeBron. They have the LeBron shadow clone, aka Luka, aka Luka Magic. They have him on the basketball court now, and then they also have Austin Reeves, who's on a very steady graduate incline. Like Austin Reeves, I think he's going to be very, very, very special. So the Los Angeles Lakers, man, I can't be more excited for them going down the stretch of the season, because like I said, I don't think I've ever seen two entities like this on the same team from a production standpoint. Two guys that are legit triple-double threats every single night, double-double threats in the points and assist categories every single night. So and then JJ, they got a basketball genius at the head coach position. I remember when LeBron James and JJ Redick, when they first made their podcast, I had to turn it off immediately. I was like, I know I have no business listening to this, because I have no idea what they're saying. But that just lets you know that it's a bunch of levels to the game of basketball. But all seriousness, it was really cool watching those two guys talk about the game of basketball. But I definitely think the Los Angeles Lakers are in a terrific spot. JJ Redick, he's become a coach that he's going to throw out a defensive game plan for whatever matchup, whatever team that they're facing, to try to take away whatever that opposing team's best thing is. We've seen it with the Los Angeles Clippers. We've seen Jokic have a low scoring outage against the Los Angeles Lakers, and then we see Ivica Zubac have a big time scoring output against the Los Angeles Lakers. But that's what you want if you're JJ Redick and the Los Angeles Lakers. You don't want to lose to James Harden. You don't want to lose to Kawhi Leonard. You would rather lose to Ivica Zubac. So I think JJ Redick has been doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball with this game plan since January 1st. The Los Angeles Lakers, they have the best defense in all of the NBA, and they've sprung all the way up to second place in a very, very loaded Western Conference. But that's what I want to talk about with you guys today. The Dallas Mavericks, they have put the Los Angeles Lakers in a terrific situation. And don't want to say too much about the Dallas Mavericks' current situation, but it's not looking well. Prayers up to Kyrie Irving. I'm a huge fan of him. Love watching him get to work. He's out for the remainder of this season. So, but if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.